Forget everything you know about support classes. We aren't just standing in the back playing a lute while Lydia does the heavy lifting. We're using shouts as our vocals, illusions as our stage lights, and a single-handed weapon as our final encore. If you've ever wanted to weaponize the very music of Mundus, you're in the right place. This is the ultimate battlebard build. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video where I will reveal a couple mods you can add to make the gameplay immersion of this build even better. So if you're ready to learn how to build yourself a battlebard, stick around because we're jumping right into it. The battlebard is an oftentimes overlooked playstyle in Skyrim. It is actually a very easy and fun playstyle with lots of immersion and can oftentimes become one of the most broken builds in the game if done correctly. The strategy behind this build is to use illusion for crowd control, buff your followers with shouts, and then clean up the leftover bandits with one-handed weapons. To build your bard, you can pretty much choose any race you want, but there are two that I highly recommend, and the first one would be the Nord for their battle cry, which makes opponents flee, which is great if you get in a tight situation, or the Imperial because of their increased skills in combat and magic, and because of their Voice of the Emperor shout, which calms enemies, which is great in case you get into a horde of enemies and you want to calm them to start picking them off one by one. Of course, you can't be a bard without joining the Bard's College in Solitude. This will be your main faction to join first and complete, as it will give you the Gift of Gab perk. Gift of Gab is an active effect which increases your speech skills 15% faster, which is also the main perk we will be using as a bard. You will also need to bring along a lead tank character like Lydia or one of the mercenaries you can hire in the cities as some extra muscle and backup, especially early game. You're also going to find your favorite light armor set for mobility, and you're also going to acquire the Ethereal Crown as early as possible in the game, that way you can run 2 Mundus Stones. The 4 that I recommend for this build are the following. The Lord Stone, which increases physical and magical resistance. The Atronach Stone, which offers extra magicka and spell absorption. The Lady Stone, which boosts health and stamina regeneration. And the Steed Stone, which increases carry weight and making equipped armor weigh nothing. Now it is time to get to the core skills of this build. Of course, speech is going to be your primary role-playing tool. You will want to get haggling at 5 out of 5, and then work on the right side of this tree. Since your voice is your primary weapon as a bard, you're going to work on getting bribery so you can talk yourself out of crimes you've done. Definitely get persuasion to help persuade enemies and other NPCs into doing things to benefit you. And of course, getting a little bit of intimidation isn't going to hurt either. Now for the illusion tree, your illusion is going to act as the songs for this build. You're going to work on all 3 branches, getting the left side up to Adept, so you can perform spells such as Calm, Frenzy, and Rally. And then the right 2 branches, you're going to unlock each perk back and forth between the branches as you go until you have the whole tree unlocked. As a bard, you will need to clean up your final act by using a one-handed weapon, whether it be a mace or a sword, so we're going to put some points into our one-handed weapon tree. So whether you choose to use a mace or a sword will determine which one of these 2 branches you're going to put points into. Either way, make sure you get them 3 out of 3. Then work on leveling up the rest of the middle of the tree up to the last perk. Now it is time for the instruments of this build, also known as your shouts. There are 4 essential shouts you need to search for. The first one being Animal Allegiance, in case you're out in the wilderness and you can call upon animals to come aid you in battle. The second one is Battle Fury, to help buff your followers' attack speeds. Dismay, to send enemies running out of fear in case you have a horde of enemies coming at you. And of course, the last one being Become Ethereal, to help ensure safe casting and to help protect your health. Lastly, the strategy of this build, you're going to pick Nord or Imperial as the 2 best choices for your races. Your attribute points, you're going to do the 2-2-1 method. For your major perks, you're focusing on illusion, speech, and one-handed. As far as battling, we're going to cast Frenzy on a group of enemies, shout Battle Fury to buff your followers, cast Become Ethereal to ensure safe casting, and lastly, clean up the leftovers with your favorite one-handed weapon. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is actually a fairly easy and very fun build and could easily become overpowered, especially if you like running with multiple followers. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, there are a couple mods you can add to your game to make playing as a bard an actual thing and add more immersion, and the first one being Become a Bard. This mod allows you to actually play all instruments, earn tips at inns, and use your music to gain favors for Jarls. The second mod is the Ordinator Perks of Skyrim, which overhauls all your skill trees, including the speech tree, which adds an actual bard perk branch that lets you play instruments in combat to damage enemies or buff allies. Alright guys, that's going to be it for the guide. If this video was helpful to you, make sure you do me a favor and hit that like button. Subscribe for future gaming and Skyrim related videos. Drop in the comments and give me some ideas for build and future video ideas you would like to see. Check me out on Twitch. You can find my Elder Scrolls live streams over there. And hopefully I will see you guys in the next video. And as always guys, safe travels in Tamriel.